I think I just broke it. Yep, I broke it. Why be easy when you can just die? Woo! Wow, I'm Chewy Mew. Welcome back to Venom Month, day number 25. Where today we're going to be taking a look at a figure that I've already taken a look at, but since it's Venom / symbiote themed, I figured I'm going to take a look at it again. Also, now that I have a better camera, might as well. I think I've already reviewed it recently, but either way, that is the, actually no, this is the Hasbro Spider-Man Origins 2006 Black Costume Spider-Man here with a very crooked looking ab crunch, or no, ball joint torso. I think this figure is still good. The original one I have, I played with it to death. He was about as loose as this guy, just slightly less loose than this. I did break the waist and one of his boot joints. And the arms were incredibly loose, legs were loose, all that stuff. I played with them since, I've had them for, 16 years. I got them in 2006. This one, I got it recently. And this here is the Hasbro 2006 Spider-Man Origins wave. When they took over the line from ToyBiz, they decided the best thing to do on strong foot was to just repaint a bunch of ToyBiz figures. And that one being this Black Costume Spider-Man here by ToyBiz. It had all the original, it came with the original accessory, which was some kind of glider backpack looking thing, which I did get it. So I never had the ToyBiz version, unfortunately. I did have another one of these. That one, unfortunately, suffered some damage and stuff, so I just put them away in my closet in a box with a bunch of other, with fodder, basically, to keep them, safe, and because it would look sad to have some broken Spider-Man here on display, And I also used one of his arms on Spider-Man Unlimited here. So, he's parts of his body have been used, but, he's here in spirit. So this one is kind of like my main, this one kind of replaces that figure as far as on the shelf, And so I got him in a mystery box, this one here. It was used, though, and his legs are kind of loose. It's weirdly enough, when you move the leg, it's not loose, but when you have them down, they flop, which is really weird. I don't know, that's weird, though. So the difference between this and the ToyBiz one is this one also is painted. The black parts are the white parts. The white parts are painted silver. The black is still black. I don't know if it was... This one looks a little bit... I don't know, less black, I want to say. A little less harsh black compared to, the Spider-Man Classic Series 1 figure. You can see the black on these two. If you compare, the thighs. This one looks a lot more black. I don't know. This one just looks... I don't know. It looks less black, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it looks less... I don't know. The black plastic, I guess, looks cheaper or something. And this does feel... kind of cheap. It doesn't feel gummy and squishy kind of cheap. It feels like the plastic quality does not feel as high quality. I think it looks good. Visually it looks good, just the black is weird, and then the stupid ball joint torso keeps moving. I think I just broke it. Yep, I broke it. Okay, let's pretend like that didn't happen. Let's take a look at the face here. So the face does look pretty cool. The face looks pretty cool there. I don't know if this is any specific Black Costume Spider-Man artist in particular, or if this is just sort of a general, Black Costume Spider-Man character, Eyes look cool. I do remember the ToyBiz one had the eyes kind of going upwards, whereas these ones are kind of going back. He does have these weird joints, which we'll get to. The Spider logo is pretty clean looking here. If you look at it, I like how a lot of these figures from this wave, from Spider-Man Origins, had the metallic colors. His torso here keeps moving, because the way I customized it, it just keeps going this way. Because the original one... The ball joint upper torso barely works. If it is lined up right, the design does line up. These legs line up a bit too. Actually, not really. If you have the torso lined up straight, like that, that's the torso lined up straight. If we hold it, look at the legs. The legs are crooked. The legs should be straight like this. Yeah, I can see this. The logos don't all line up straight. They do look kind of weird, which, Hasbro managed to circumvent that on this new figure, because they put the lines before the ball joint cut. I mean, this part breaks up the design, but that's okay. But the lines, the spider legs here on the side, they don't get broken up by the ball joint because they put the spider logo before it started. Same thing with ToyBiz here. They ended the spider logo before entering on the ball joint. But here, I mean, it's a completely different spider logo, but I feel like you get cut off either way. You get cut off by the armpit joints, or you get cut off here, which it does get cut off by the armpit joints, but they did paint it all the way in. Too bad these butterfly joints don't work as good. Some of these joints not working too good and be kind of wonky and not very good. I'm going to blame it on Hasbro using cheap plastic and messing up the sculpt, instead of saying, oh yeah, the ToyBiz version probably came out bad, because I doubt it, you know, it probably was good. His ab crunch is loose now because I accidentally broke the ribs over here, or broke like the side next to the ribs. That's not good. I'll deal with that later, as long as it doesn't fall apart. He does have the, he actually, this one didn't have the black dots on the hands. So I actually put them on, and then the paint kind of smeared, and it looks kind of weird now. I kind of want to get the ToyBiz version just to see if this is how the figure really feels. Like, if this is how the figure feels when ToyBiz made it, or if this is just how, if this is just Hasbro's version that doesn't feel very good. You know? It's a similar thing with, like, the Spider-Man 3 Green Goblin figure, how the Hasbro's version, it feels so cheap compared to the ToyBiz one. The ToyBiz one feels so much higher quality, which I don't know if that's the case here. It might be. As far as what it says on the bottom of the foot here, it's trademark 2006 Marvel, and then, oh no, guys, on this foot, it says Hasbro. Long gone are the days of the feet saying ToyBiz. Like this one, Venom here says the foot's kind of messed up on the bottom, but he does say ToyBiz down there. So, you know, let's go over this guy's posability now. As he just takes a nap. I mean, he could, if I broke my side open like this, I'd probably take a nap too. The head looks up all the way. It looks down pretty much all the way. He does a rotation here at the base of his neck, which rotates. He also has another one, or no, one connecting the head to the neck and one connecting the torso to the neck. So that allows you to angle it and have his head, you know, point in different directions. Or you could have him looking, diagonally upwards, you know, basically the same thing as a ball joint, except here it's two separate joints, which that's really cool. I kind of like that. You do have a butterfly joint, which again, I'm going to blame Hasbro for this not working the best. How it goes forward about that much, it goes back about that much. That's like neutral, that's back, that's forward. And if you combine the butterfly joint with his ball joint shoulder, you can get the arms to bend in this far, which you can get the arms to almost cross a little bit. Using the back joints to get the arms back, you can get the arms to go. You can almost make his knuckles touch. Yeah, the joint movement is it's inconsistent, but I'm going to blame Hasbro for that, not ToyBiz. You have rotation here in the upper arm. You'd also have the arms to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way around. And then you have this armpit joint, which, I'm going to blame Hasbro for it being weird. That sticks out like this, which is kind of weird and kind of bad. I feel like that was a failed attempt to do what the Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man figure could do. It has like this armpit joint that moves up like this. So it basically gives you like a ball joint shoulder, combining the butterfly joint and that like armpit joint. Basically gives you like a ball joint shoulder, which unfortunately this one does not. It comes out way too far, you know. It doesn't like, you know, go up partially like this one does, which this one works a lot better. And another thing that this is similar, and we'll get to there, there's double bend in the elbow, which is really good. Rotation here at sort of his glove and a hinge in the wrist. And then you have a hand that's like a fist hand. You can open the fingers for like a resting hand. And then you have like I use that for wall crawling hands. Like you put his hands spread out like that, so like wall crawling hands, or his hands spread out like that. The ball joint torso originally could do basically just like this, pivoting side to side. You do have a little bit of ball joint movement here, and it goes back and forth a little bit. It's falling apart. I'm going to fix this after this video again. The original torso, or the original ab crunch, could go forward maybe this much and go back maybe that much. But now that I customized it, it can go farther back and farther forward. But it's coming apart now. That's unfortunate. He has a waist swivel here. You can kick up the legs this high. They go back. They kind of go back. Look at that. They do go back a little bit. This foot is straight here. That's kind of weird. They do go back. I didn't notice that. You can rotate here on the upper leg. You can do the splits. Have a double bend in the knee, rotation here in the boot. The foot goes forward, goes back not very much, and goes forward not very much. The toe bends almost 90 degrees, and it almost bends 90 degrees in both directions. You don't get an ankle pivot, but here's a spoiler strat you can do. You can rotate the ankle like that, and then boom, you kind of have like an ankle pivot a little bit. Kind of, sort of. I mean, yeah, that kind of works like an ankle pivot. But either way, this poor guy is kind of falling apart, so I'm probably going to have to go. After I finish this review, I'm going to probably go and fix it, redo this, because the way this is kind of, yeah, it's kind of, poor guy's coming apart. But yeah, I'm going to go back and try to redo this ball joint to work, you know, better. But either way, but that's over this video. Let me know what you think about this figure, and I'll see you guys in the next day of Venom Month. Wow.